a rich weirdo does have its perks.
So, can I do an idea? Maybe?
Well, you're supposed to have lunch with Mrs. Timmons. That was next on the schedule.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
we'll hold off on that for now.
I need a daily planner. So, would you like to accompany me with to Miss Timmons' house for lunch?
So I'm accompanied to go back to the rich weird house. Yes.
You're just for protection.
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
so you guys leave, you drive up to Mrs. Timmons' house again. Jarvis once again meets you at the door and takes you into a small, it's like a sunroom, and it's already been set up for lunch. There are some little cucumber sandwiches for like appetizers, and Mrs. Timmons arrives moments later after you two sit down. She once again goes over to you and she seems just very happy.
Thing.
Yeah, the hug thing, and she shakes your hand once again. She says, "Welcome, Mr. McKeefe, and thank you so much for coming." And then she sits down, and then Jarvis brings in some soup to start the lunch off properly. And there's tea. There's tea to drink.
Okay. So, Mrs. Timmons, I saw your son yesterday.
Yes. Is he as bad as he's been?
Well, I wouldn't say he'd be fit for society personally, but he was babbling about some very interesting stuff. Well, he said he was doing research and genealogy research at that. And for some reason wouldn't go any further about what he had been doing, which piqued my interest. But he seemed to paint a very horrible picture of you, which I personally could never see you as being such a person. But do you have any idea why that might be?
I don't. I mean, I had him committed because I was afraid he was going to hurt himself or someone else after the little trouble with the police that he had up in Woonsocket. But I don't. He must be angry at me for having him committed, for putting him into an asylum, into the sanitarium. That's the only reason I could think of.
Well, I denied him several times to talk to the police, and he didn't seem to hate
To talk to
me.
the doctor, you mean?
Yeah, doctor.
Okay.
To hate me.
Well, then I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, you're welcome to look in his room if you think you might find something of interest there. Anything that could lead us to figuring out what has gone wrong with the poor boy.
I think that would be a good idea.
Okay. And then you have lunch and you have some small talk.
Right.
Unless there's anything else that either one of you wanted to discuss there during lunch.
No, I'm fine for during lunch.
Okay, so you eat. It's a very nice little meal. It's like cold cuts and little sandwiches, and there's some cake for dessert. Excuse me. Ugh, I'm not used to drinking pop anymore. And then she leads you upstairs, and she said, "Here's Brian's room, and if you can find anything at all that will help you, then yeah." and then she just leaves you alone. She goes back down. She says she's going back downstairs to the living room because she doesn't want to be in the way. And then she leaves, and it looks like it's a typical room, very nicely furnished, very expensive stuff. There's a big window, and there's a bed, there's a desk, there's like a little, there wouldn't really be a filing cabinet, but there's a desk, and it's just a nice room, and you start looking around. There's a bookshelf with a bunch of books on it. And after a short search, you spot a familiar book. It's another copy of Thaumaturgical Prodigies of New England. So you can actually show him that woodcut if you want. And it does. It's crude. I don't know. Do these look the same?
Yeah, they do.
That's the woodcut, and that's Brian Timmons as you saw him. There's some pictures of him on the wall. There's some trophies and junk. But that's all you really find in the room is another copy of that book. And this is a pretty rare book. It's probably pretty valuable as far as, and it's got a lot of interesting occult information.
I see. What do you think? What do you make of this?
It's pretty weird, though. I guess being ancestors does mean you're probably gonna look a little like him. Now let me take a look around and see if I find anything. I'm gonna go into a spot
hidden. Yeah, you can.
45%. So kind of goodish chances. Let's see, 62. Nope, got nothing. Oh.
No, but you guys have taken an hour to carefully look. I'm assuming if you wanted just a quick look around and go left. But I'm assuming you were looking pretty carefully. You looked on the bookshelves. You went through the drawers of the desk. You probably checked under the mattress. Nothing was there. That was the only thing that you really found of interest was that book.
Okay.
Other books just are typical histories. There's a few genealogy books that are boring, typical stuff that you would find with lists of names and that kind of thing. But yeah, that book is the only thing that you found of any interest. And you haven't actually read that book, you've just skimmed it right around the area of the woodcut.
So, can I take the book?
If you want. You could tuck it in your purse, or you could actually go to Mrs. Timmons and ask her if you could have it,
Yeah.
or borrow it, or whatever you want to do. You can do anything you want. If you want to rob this room blind,
Oh my
you
gosh.
could. I mean, that's the beauty of a role-playing game. There's no real limits to what you can do.
Yeah. I think I want to take the book, but I'll ask Miss Timmons first because
Okay.
I
You
think
go back
it's-
down to the living room, and she's down there. I think that came from the wall. There's a lot of weird bumps in this place. She's actually drinking something out of a glass with ice in it. That's brown.
Bathtub gin.
I can't take a look at it.
Well,
I'm
it's
on the
probably
inside,
whiskey actually, or maybe bourbon. And okay, here's the thing about Prohibition. Prohibition was kind of like marijuana usage in the 70s. It was illegal, but nobody really cared. The main thrust of the cops during Prohibition was against mobsters, people that were selling and distributing. You're allowed to have alcohol in your house and drink it, but you're not allowed to distribute it. You're not allowed to move it anywhere. A lot of people got prescriptions from doctors for alcohol. It's not, they wouldn't break in your house. Oh my gosh, you have a liquor cabinet. You're going to jail. So the fact that she's drinking this early in the afternoon is probably an indication of how upset she is.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that's perfectly clear.
Okay.
So that's kind of, I gave you a quick little look
So
and like,
she's definitely upset.
Yeah. When you ask her if you can, what do you ask her? Sorry.
Mrs. Timmons, I'm sorry to disturb you, but do
She
you
stands up.
mind if I could take a look at this book that your son had in his room?
Of course, especially if it'll help him in any way.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can do?
Well, I don't know what I should do. This is out of, I don't know if I should ask her to let him out or not.
I don't know. What do you think? Some weird stuff happened in that
do you think
room.
that he's a normal guy now?
Well, yeah, but he might be honest. I don't know.
And you can always wait. If you're unsure, you don't have to do either right now.
Okay.
And if later on you come to the conclusion that he's not crazy, or that she's evil, or that he is onto something, if you think that later on and that he's not crazy, he's just been really messed up by it, then it's something you can always wait and do. Nothing's gonna happen to him in the sanitarium probably.
Okay, well, I think I want to. Can I ask you? I don't know how to put it.
Okay,
How
well,
would
what are
you
you trying
even
to
do
say?
this to someone in real life? Ask them to let their son out of a insane asylum.
Oh, are you gonna ask her to let him know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think he's perfectly normal. I think he's actually perfectly normal young man. Really, sure he's got a bit of weirdness. We all do. Kind of what do you call it? What's what I'm looking for? Not, kind of like associate with being like, yeah, everybody's a little weird.
Mhm.
And
Relate
maybe
to.
even relate to rapport, etc. So you could go that route if you want,
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, no, I really don't think that he's that much of a strange one. Or at least, I'm sure he's a little bit weird, but that's why he's been out of that weird little farmhouse for a long while. He likes his privacy. Probably doesn't really like being cooped up, so it might be good for his health.
Oh, yeah. You could say something like that if you
Yeah. Well, I have a persuade thing here.
Wonderful.
Ah.
I don't know
Yes.
if I'd
Even
use
better.
it.
It's up to you.
If
You can
this
try
would
to.
be like
Yeah,
a
this is totally a persuade.
Mm-hmm.
persuade her to let him out.
And if that and persuade is trying to make somebody believe something long term,
Yeah.
it's easier if you believe it too.
Mhm.
So if your character thinks that he should be let out, then it's going to be easier for you to persuade her to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So make the roll first. Well, tell me what you're going to tell her first,
Okay.
because that might give you bonuses. And sometimes I allow role playing to take the place of rolls.
Mhm.
So if you're super persuasive, like to me right now in character, then you might not even have to make the roll. She might be like, oh my gosh, I have to do as you say.
Well.
But if you can't think of a good way to do it, then you can make the roll too.
Well, I'd probably just bring up the fact that if he's planning on living alone out in the wilderness, he really wouldn't be able to do any harm to anyone.
Okay.
If, say we looked after him, I'm sure he would be fine, and he really would like to continue his research.
If you're interested.
Well, her question on that is, but the doctors say that he's a danger to himself as well.
Well, whenever I went in, I saw that he wasn't really a danger to himself. He was just very passionate about his work.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make a roll. Let's see how you do. 06 out of, what's your persuade? 35. Okay. She listens to you, and she says she will talk to his doctor about possibly getting him released.
Okay.
But she's still very worried about the whole situation. And are you planning on caring for him?
You're just saying that you will, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're lying a little.
A little. Only a lot.
Okay. Oh, so you're just blatantly lying? Does she have psychology? She doesn't. She doesn't even have. What's the base for psychology? Like 5%?
5%. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one that
I
I've
don't
got.
think she's gonna. Okay. All right. So you said yes. We'll take care of it. No, she said, oh, well, in that case, maybe I can. Maybe I should have him released. And she seems to be taking it under very strong consideration.
Okay.
And okay. Is there anything else you want to deal with her? Okay. So you guys leave. You head out. She thanks you again for all your help, and hopes you enjoy your book. You go back out to your car, and what are you doing?
Well, really, I'm personally gonna ask her what she wants to, because really it's
Okay.
her little investigation. Because we can go to the little psych ward again and deal with this little weird boy, or we could drive all the way over to his weird little farmhouse out in the middle
Up
of
in
nowhere.
Woonsocket.
I think I want to go to Woonsocket.
Yeah, Woonsocket is roughly. Let's see. Woonsocket is 25, 30 miles away. So it'll probably take y'all an hour or two to get up there. The roads at this time are dirt, pretty much. That's it. They're all dirt roads outside of the cities. So driving up there is a bit of a chore. It's not terrible, but it takes an hour and a half. So it's probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you reach the place. You go through Woonsocket, which is also a good sized city. There's population, just to give you an idea, is about 43,000. So, but you have to head down a certain road west of town to get to the farmhouse, and you find the farm fairly easily. It's not far from a river that runs by it, and there does appear to be an outbuilding. It's just the farmhouse itself. Looks like it's a late. Go ahead and look at that.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Right.
I will take the smallest hole that I can before I pour out.
I was trying to be subtle, and of course that never really works out.
That's okay.
at all.
Your dog is super excited about food.
She loves food. Looks like it's a late 17th century farmhouse. It appears to be in some state of disrepair, although possibly livable. There's a front porch, and there's 2 windows in the front of the house. You pull the car up about 20 yards away is where the road ends. Exit vehicle. Are you going right up to the front door? What's the call?
I think we circle the house a
Okay.
couple times just to take a look around.
It has 2 floors. There are windows on all 4 sides on the second floor. The first floor has no windows in the back, just a door, 1 window on either end, and 2 windows in the front. Like I was saying, sorry, 2 windows in the front, window on either side, and then the back just has a door. And then the upper floor is a little smaller, and it's over on one side of it, and has windows all the way around. The windows are all very dark. there could be actually anybody in there just watching, looking out through the windows at you as you walk around the house just to get a kind of a good overview. Then what?
Then we go up to the front door and jiggle
Okay.
the doorknob. Is it locked?
Yes, it is locked, but you guys do have the keys, and each of you can make me a spot hidden check.
Okay. My spot hidden is
25.
yeah.
Okay, so the easiest way for in this game for you guys to tell me what you get is say I got 75 out of 25.
Okay.
And then that way I know if you succeeded or failed.
I got 7 out of 45.
Okay. It looks like the front window to the right appears, and actually, is there already a check by your spot hidden?
Mm.
Put one by it. It looks like it's been forced open and then closed back up again.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like,
so
hey,
just
I think
FYI.
that someone's been here lately without really having any permission. I whisper this to you just in
Okay.
case.
You don't know what he's talking about.
Whatever.
Whatever. Fine. I have keys.
Yeah. I pull out the keys and I'm like, remember? So I unlock the door.
Okay. It's a big old like skeleton key thing. Click.
Uh-huh.
You push open the door. There's a hallway. There we go. Let me get that photo, please. I'll use some minis. I'll draw out the house. Let's see, I got women in one bag. Here's some women.
Diamonds.
And then here are most of the men.
This is like.
There's most of the men right here.
Weird
I mean, that's
things.
cops. This is weird things. What is this? These are crazy people. Oh, and here's another question. Do your characters have their guns with them?
Well, I actually have concealed mine away for the day, just in case
Okay.
there's something weird.
Is your pistol in your purse?
Yeah.
Okay.
John,
Me too.
Actually, a painter as well.
Are you? Ooh. Yeah. You told me about that, didn't you? Weren't you painting the Warhammer ones?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I want to. I want to see your names sometime. I've painted a bunch of them myself, but I don't have any clear ones that are painted. Clear out the middle of the table here. And here's my pen. Whoops. Got the flapper, huh? Okay, so just basically, here's the front door. The porch runs about like this. Window. And then what you've got is a hallway. Little insets on either side that look like there's a coat rack in each one of them. There's steps that go up here. Okay, there's another door here. These are archways. Duh. So you've got archway on either side. Did you pick one, John? Let me see what you got. Okay. There's an archway on either side, door straight ahead, and some steps to go up into the darkness of upstairs. House is completely silent. It's got kind of a musky smell, like nobody's been here in a few weeks. But there's not a whole lot of dust. So what do you do? And we're mainly going to use these guys just to kind of keep track of where you guys are.
Okay. I want to go up the stairs.
Okay. You heading up the stairs? You going to go with her?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of follow slowly past her.
Okay. Alright, so we'll draw the upstairs. Over here. Here's the steps that go down. They open into like a good sized hallway. Window, and then there's a couple doors upstairs. You reach the top floor. There's some light coming in from the windows, although the windows are dusty and dirty. Otherwise, it's just quiet and empty up here.
Well, I guess take a look around.
Okay. Nothing in the hallway. And you've got 2 doors.
Let's see. If we can each try one of the doors
There you go.
and see if they're unlocked.
Okay. Move your minis to in front of the doors you want to try. And both doors appear to be unlocked. When you turn the latches, you can push each door into the room. No, actually, no, they each pull out of the rooms, which is kind of weird, but... Oh, you heading on in?
Sure.
Okay, this room appears to be, your room appears to be completely empty. No, that's not really well done. And are you peeking in your room, John? There's a bed, sparsely furnished. There's a small bed, wooden wardrobe standing against the wall. There's a large fireplace against the far wall. Okay. Yeah, your room was completely empty, sorry.
Okay, I'm thinking about going into his room now.
Okay.
Quit that. Quit it. Let's keep this rated PG.
Alright, so you've got a wardrobe next to the bed, and then there's a large fireplace. You're checking out the fireplace?
It's a pretty neat fireplace.
What do you want to do, Kate?
I wanna roll for something.
No, is there anything on the mantle?
There's no need yet.
There's no need.
No, not yet. Nothing on the mantle. Very sparsely furnished.
How about, are there any,
There's a couple windows, one on either side of the fireplace.
Are there any ashes in the fireplace itself?
Yes. They look like they're really old. I mean, it's super cold. The ashes are very, very cold.
I don't suppose I could do a spot hidden and kind of like sifting through the ashes, or
You
would
sift
that
through
be
the
something
ashes,
else?
but there's nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
It's just somebody had lit a fire here probably months ago when it was still cold out.
Yeah, so it's still kind of...
And the room's
Spicy
kind of
and
stuffy because it's warm. It's middle of summer.
Okay, so there's nothing in the room.
No, well, there's a wardrobe. Nobody's opened up the
Okay,
wardrobe.
I'll open up the wardrobe.
Okay. There's some clothes hanging in there, not very much. There's also a heavy black coat and hat. And then on the shelf, there's a pair of dark glasses.
Can I check in the coat pockets?
Yes, you don't find anything in the coat pockets.
Okay.
There's a few other pieces of clothing. You check through all the pockets and that. Everything seems to be empty.
I'd like to check around and under the bed.
Nothing under the bed, nothing under the mattress, or between the mattress and the slats.
Okay.
Looks like
Okay.
this room's pretty empty.
Okay. I'm gonna go back downstairs.
Okay. You staying up there?
I'm gonna head back down too.
Your hands are pretty black with ashes right now, so anything that you pick up and touch, you're gonna leave big old fingerprints on.
And this is the
Or actually, no.
outside door?
I'm gonna allow that you have gloves in your pocket, some just white gloves, and you could have pulled those on before you messed with the
Yeah,
ashes.
so I wouldn't need to really worry too much
Yeah.
about it.
These are like little
Those are archways.
archways?
Yeah, when you walked
Potentially,
past, you saw that there's a room in each. Behind each one, it looked like there was you passed by, it looked like there was a table over here, a big one, like it's a dining room.
Okay.
This one looked like it might be a study, but you're not sure because you guys just kind of looked as you walked past and went up the steps.
Now, is this the window that I
wanna
saw
go in this one.
Yes.
was open and
That
closed?
was, yes, correct. What you've got here is, let's see, this room's kind of like this. There's another door. This room is kind of like this. There's no other entrances. There's a large fireplace over here. And I think this is the bookshelf. That might be a desk. I gotta figure this out. Let me give you each description so you guys can split up. Awesome. That's the worst thing you can do. Awesome. Okay. John, furnishings in the room consist of only a small table with 2 chairs. There's a small buffet on the east wall. That's over here with some plates. You've got. Looks like there's some silverware and an old linen tablecloth over there on the buffet. Caitlin, there's a large roll-top desk and chair positioned near a. Yeah, okay, so we got a chair and a large roll-top desk. Positioned near a crowded bookshelf on the west wall. There's the other side of the room. There's a huge fireplace towards the back, which dominates the wood-paneled north wall. There's a smell in this room, like decay. You know, like something's rotten somewhere. Okay, so what are you guys doing? That's just first glance.
John, you go.
Well, I'm looking around over here, checking to see if maybe the silverware is if it's real silver or what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Do me. Oh, I don't know. What you used to appraise.
What does
Do me. How about a no check?
Okay, what's it?
No is up here.
Of course. So let's see. I've
We'll do
got.
that. You're checking out the silverware. What are you gonna do, Caitlin?
I'm gonna check out the bookcase.
Okay.
Like intelligence or idea or well, no, right, got it.
Yeah, there you go.
So I just need to roll against 50.
Sorry.
That's
Yep.
fine.
That's just to see if you can tell very quickly.
I got 50.
Is that what do you need?
Yes, sir. 50. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I have a well, my nose is 50 and I got 50.
Yes,
so.
that's a success. So, yes, this appears to be antique silverware, antique solid silverware, old stuff. You can see the tarnish on the bottom. It's starting to tarnish a little bit, and it needs clean, but it could be fairly valuable.
Well, I look around and I'm guessing that she's probably kind of interested in something else.
Yeah, she's got her. You look around, you can see her through the archways. No. She's looking at the bookshelf. There's a bookshelf, and right now she's looking at the books. She's got her back to you.
I might happen to appropriate a couple of these pieces of silverware.
Okay, so
Not like the entire set in China, but just like a few, like say maybe 5 or 6 or 8 pieces. Yeah, just kind of
clank. Did you find anything?
in different pockets.
Okay.
Just like one in each pocket.
All right, so you're kind of keeping an eye on her and and if she looks back your way, you're going to be completely innocent, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm just like looking around.
The bookshelf is full of historical volumes dealing with pre-revolutionary New England. You also find, and it takes you about 5 minutes to really look through all of these, but you also find a slim, unmarked book, no title or nothing written on the outside.
Okay, I'm gonna pull that out.
Okay, you pull it out and you open it up and it's handwritten. And it only takes you a few moments to realize that it's a journal and that it appears to be Brian Timmons' journal.
Oh.
But there's a lot in here. It goes back for like 3 or 4 years, so
Right.
it's going to take you a while if you want to sit down and read it. It'll probably take a few hours to read the whole thing.
So can I take it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
Alright.
You've already got the other book. Did you leave it in the car or is it in your purse?
I think I left it in the car.
Okay, so it's just a slim little volume. It's thick, but it's like not big,
Right.
and you could easily just tuck it into your purse and hang on to it.
Okay.
That's all you find of interest in the bookshelf. There's also the roll top desk. Yeah, there's also a roll top desk. Yep, that's the desk essentially.
Yeah. What's in there?
It looks like somebody has pried up the roll top, forcing the lock. There's a cigar butt on the floor next to the desk. It looks like it managed to burn a substantial hole in the rug before it went out. You slide it up, and you start looking. There's just some various stuff that doesn't appear to be important on top. You check the drawers out. There is appears to be a letter inside the drawer. Oh wait, no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's dated May 7th. That's what the letter says.
You wanna come in and listen to the letter?
I reckon so. I've made off with a couple of pieces.
You're not saying that though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a conceal check.
All right. Let's see. Nice little.
Just to see if she notices that you're clanking a little more than you were.
I got 65.
65.
47.
47 to 65, okay. Yeah, you walk in, totally innocent. And let's start you here so she can read you the letter, and then you can walk over here and check out the fireplace.
Okay, it says, "My dear son Brian, my heart aches when I recollect the damning conversation I overheard with you while on your front porch. Please, you must put aside those abominable practices and end your association with that disreputable Haley fellow.
Haley though.
Haley. fellow. Or
Oh wow. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I was blank. I was like, isn't that supposed to be Blaine or blank Baines? Go
you
ahead. I'm
have
sorry.
broken your mother's heart, and I fear that she may never stop weeping or smile ever again. For her sake, if not for your own, please leave the old farm and return home to your mother and father. If you will come to your senses and return home now, the police need never know. Your forgiving father. Scrawled across the bottom of the letter in archaic script is the statement, "Write ye, he old fool."
Should we write you B?
B, sorry.
That's okay.